How do you add people to your business manager account? That's exactly what I'm going to cover in today's video. So let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, real quick, before we actually get into the nitty gritty, I do want to make sure there's understanding of, what the business manager is, because there's a lot of confusion out there between your business manager and your ad manager account. Those actually are two separate things. So your ad manager account, that's where you're doing all the ad work. You're putting together your campaigns, your targeting, your setting, your ads, all that kind of stuff. The business manager, it's just an umbrella account that houses other accounts. So other ad accounts, other Facebook pages, other Instagram profiles. So for me as an agency, right, I have my business manager and then all of my clients' accounts are connected in there. So I have a ton in there, right? For most people though, you're a single business, you're going to have one ad account in there, one page, so on and so forth. So now that you know that the business manager is simply an umbrella account, you might be asking, okay, well, what's the point of adding people into my business manager if I'm just a solo business, it's me doing all the stuff, et cetera, et cetera? Well, there are some security reasons as to why you want to add this. And it's because if your ad account, your personal Facebook account, I should say, not your ad account, if your personal Facebook account that you log in with, if that gets blocked or banned in any way, shape, or form, you are completely screwed. There is no way you're going to be able to get back into your business manager because you're the only account in there. That's why it's super important for you to add people in there. At the bare minimum, add one person in there. Now, if you don't have any employees or team members or whatever it might be, that's totally fine. Just add a friend, add a family member. Tell them that all you're doing, hey, this is simply a security measure in case something happens to my personal Facebook account, then I can still get in, access it through yours or whatever it might be. So it's not uncommon at all for people's Facebook accounts, personal accounts, to be banned for whatever reason. Meta is very finicky when it comes to these types of things. So it's super important to have the security measures in place in order to avoid these types of problems. Now, really quick, before we dive into it, I'm going to share my screen in just 1 second here. If you don't know how to create your own business manager account, if that's the first step you have to do, you are in luck because I have a full tutorial on how to set up from beginning to end your business manager account. So you can go ahead and check that out right here. But without further ado, let's hop in and go inside a business manager account and I'll show you how to add team members in there. All right, so once you do have your business manager account set up, and like I said, I just shared my other video on how to set up the account in the first place, then you're going to go to business.facebook.com and that's going to get you to your business manager profile. So you can see right here, it is housing my test ad account. Now, in order to add people to my business manager, then what I want to do is I want to click on settings here on the bottom left. And so here are all the people that are currently in this test account. Now, this is just a test account, so you might be, before you cry, bloody murder on me for not following my own rules, this is just a test account. That's why it's this way. My main account, I certainly do have people in there. But so it's just me in here right now, and then my ad account in there. So, if I click along here, you'll see the things that this is housing. All it's housing right now is just me as a user, and then my test ad account right here. I haven't added my page, but it gives you an idea for what the business manager account is. It's just an umbrella account that houses other accounts. But again, for security purposes, you do want to add someone in here. So all you're going to do is that you're going to go to the people tab right here, which is the default tab anyway, but if for whatever reason you get lost, make sure that you just go ahead and click on people once again, and then you're going to click on this invite button right here. Real quick, before we go any further, I did want to let you know that if you would like to hand off your ads management to professionals, you are in luck because my team and I, we are currently taking on new clients, and we have packages for all sorts of businesses, whether you're a small business on a small budget or a big business on a big budget. We have something that will help for the stage that your business is currently at right now. So I will have the link for that below. We'll hop on a quick Zoom call. We'll figure out what the best situation for you is, and we'll go ahead and move forward. I'm going to type in the person's email address. So I'll just put in team@alvarobarrios.com. All right, cool. And then if you want to give this person temporary access, you can. But again, that's actually not the point of this tutorial. We do want to have another permanent member in there, but just for future reference, if you only want someone to have access for a day, a week, or whatever it might be, you can go ahead and click on that. But once you have the email in there, you're going to go ahead and click next, and then you have to decide the amount of access that you want them to have. Now, for this kind of emergency person, right, if something happens to your personal Facebook profile and you can no longer get in, this emergency person needs to have full and complete access to everything. They need to be another admin in there, because if they're not an admin, they're going to be able to go in, but then they can't help you recoup your assets and stuff like that in there, or add you as a new user if you end up creating a new Facebook user account. So again, for this person, you do want to give them full control of absolutely everything, including, you know, finance, manage, all that kind of stuff. You want to check all this kind of stuff off. That way, again, you know, this family member, personal friend, whatever it might be, they can go in there and they can help you get back in there with a new profile that you create. If you only give them partial access, it's not going to work. Now, again, if you end up adding multiple people, like you do have team members and they don't need to be this emergency person in there, then that's fine. Just give them partial access. But in this case, again, we want to give full control to this backup person, and then you click on next, and then you can assign the assets to them. So obviously you want to come in here, just assign all of your available assets to this person. That way, again, they can come in here and make any kind of adjustments necessary if and when your personal account ever gets banned for whatever reason. And once again, we do want to give them full control of all this stuff. So just make sure you check mark all this and they have complete and full control of everything. We go ahead and click next, and then here it just reviews everything that we just did. Here's their email, here's the business manager, here's the assets that we're giving them access to, and then here's the type of control that we are giving them. Again, full control across the board. And then click send invitation. They're going to get an email, they click accept, and then that person will appear inside of your business manager here moving forward until you remove them, should you do that for whatever reason. All right, and there you have it. That is how you add people to your business manager. Super important step, not just for security purposes, but also as you start growing your business, you're going to want to give team members access, and this is the fastest and easiest way to do so. So I hope you found this tutorial to be helpful. If you have any questions about this, as always, just let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time.